Good morning! It is Wednesday and I am working from home all the time. I'm going to film a little what I eat in a day for you today because I am home and I have options, so it's usually a little harder to stick to a high-fat, clean-eating diet when I'm home because it's a little bit easier and harder because I have things at home that I don't have at work, but I also have things at home that I don't have at work. So my pop chips are here and they're calling me, but I'm gonna try to resist. I have not eaten anything yet. It is about 9:30. I woke up at about 8:30 and logged in and made my coffee, and I actually was not hungry, but I am getting hungry. So I'm going to eat now, and jury is still out on what that will be, but I will show you. Okay, as always, the lighting in my kitchen is lovely, but I'm actually not sure what I want to eat. I am kind of just in a weird hunger mode. So I'm going to have my apple cider vinegar first and then see how I feel after that. I don't know, but so I actually also have Gus today, and if you've watched any of my other vlogs, I think I've mentioned him before. He's my parents' dog. He's been in my life since I was 13. He is a hi boy. Look at that face. Look at that old face. You lay back down, you deserve it. Okay, so you can hear Zoe Hart yelling at Addie, but I am making a peanut butter rice cake, not peanut butter, sunflower butter rice cake with a banana on it. So that's what I'm going with. That will be like my first little mini breakfast. So that runs, so, woo, rolling around. So I have my rice cake, beauty. I only used 2 tablespoons of sunflower butter for this one because I am home and pop chips are calling me, so I will probably save a little bit of room. I'd rather have those 100 calories pop chips later than peanut butter. No. So this is a really good sunflower butter. It's sunflower seed spread from Trader Joe's. And I really like it. It has a really sweet flavor, so it's interesting and different than peanut. Okay, so what I'm going to do is put this gross can of dog food over there. It bothers me. So I'm going to make my quesadilla. So I'm going to take my plate and I will just I'll put you over here, I guess. You can kind of see the counter. There we go. These are my favorite gluten-free tortillas because corn tortillas are gluten-free, but they're not my favorite. So these are Mission gluten-free tortillas. You can get them at Jewel. I'm sure you can get them other places, but I usually get them at Jewel. So I guess I will measure out my cheese here, and I'll just have 2 ounces, 56 grams. I like to weigh everything in grams just because ounces, I just like to weigh everything in grams, mostly because on most labels they have things in, you know, cups and then grams, whereas ounces is a little bit more, it's the same, but not on every package. So I will put my cheese on here, spread it out, and the cheese that I used is this light mozzarella from Trader Joe's. So it's light mozzarella cheese. It's all folded up so you can't see it, but it's light mozzarella cheese. It has 45 calories per ounce or quarter cup or 28 grams, whatever you like. 3 grams of fat, 0 carbs, 5 grams of protein, and then high sodium because that's how it goes with cheeses, but it's not high sodium. It's, I think, 380 milligrams of sodium. So not great, not bad, just kind of so-so. So what I'm doing now is I'm going to shred the chicken. So this is 168 grams of chicken, and I think I'm gonna cut that down a little because I don't really want that much chicken, nor do I need it for this quesadilla. So maybe, sorry for the scratching noises, 125. I'm trying to get closer to about 100 grams of chicken. Sodium. So this is quite a lot of chicken. So I might not need all of this because I didn't use a ton of cheese and these tortillas are not gigantic. So let's figure out how. It's pretty close. I think that is a good amount. So that leaves me, how many grams are left? 27. So I used about 75 grams of shredded chicken, which is what I'll track. And I know a lot of people are doing intuitive eating, and I'm getting there. I do intuitively eat a lot on the weekends. I agree that tracking can be a little much. Sometimes it's not necessary. Sometimes it's a little, people get a little crazy about it. But for me right now, it's, especially as I'm trying to switch to more high fat, low carb, I had no idea how many carbs I was eating because up until about August, I wasn't really even tracking carbs, or I'll even say October. I wasn't tracking like carbs or fat or protein or anything like that. I was only counting carbs or calories. It is. So not until I started incorporating HIIT cardio and doing more of this high fat, low carb, which before my wedding, I wasn't even really doing low carb. I just knew Brussels sprouts and chicken is a good idea. So I did that. And then I started doing the peanut butter and hummus song and dance for a while, and it worked, but I didn't feel great. I had no energy. I was lethargic all the time, and it wasn't great. So now I feel good. I mean, today I feel great. I had peanut butter and sunflower butter and banana, and I feel really good. I've had 1 cup of coffee. I was exhausted this morning, and I'm feeling pretty good. So I'm going to have my delicious looking quesadilla. How good that looks. I love these quesadillas because gluten-free, usually you sacrifice like taste and or mostly and texture, and it just doesn't look right. So they're starting to get to the point now, and by they I mean like food producing companies, where this looks totally normal. Like this looks like any quesadilla you would find. And I love it. It's soft, it's great, it crisps up. It's awesome because what I used before I found these was corn tortillas, and they're very dry, they're very small. You can't really make a quesadilla out of them. I would usually just stack 2 on top of each other and make it that way, which is fine. They're 50 calories each, whereas this is 130. But it just isn't as good. They fall apart, they're hard to pack, you can't really meal prep them, whereas I've taken these before for lunches where I made like I would take my tortilla and I would take my mix-ins and then I would microwave it at work. And I stopped doing that because it's kind of a hassle. Not that much of a hassle, but just enough that I didn't want to do it. So I'm gonna go eat my quesadilla and then check in next time I get bored. And you can hear Gus barking. My neighbor's fence is open and swinging, so if I'm looking that way, that's why. So I'm having a Greek yogurt. I had my lunch a little bit ago, maybe like half an hour ago. And I have been forgetting to take my digestive enzymes lately. So I'm gonna have this, and then I'm gonna take one because I keep forgetting, and I need you to take them. So Ryan should be home soon. Gus has been sleeping all day. The cats have been hiding all day because of Gus, which is sad because I like when they're around, but whatever. He's only here sometimes. I mean, pretty often, but sometimes. And we're going to go for a walk. So I will add in some walking footage. End of the night. Ryan got home a little after 6, and I did some dishes, and we went for a long walk around the neighborhood. It was really nice, and then we decided to have an easy dinner instead of the breakfast for dinner that I had planned. I just didn't want to cook tonight, and I didn't. He has a gaming group that he plays with, his brothers. They all play some online games together on Tuesdays or Wednesdays, and this week it's Wednesday. So we had this is our kind of, it's not a cheap meal, but it's our easy meal. And it's cauliflower pizza from Trader Joe's. This is not sponsored by Trader Joe's, clearly, but I shop there a lot. Most of the things that we end up liking are from there. And then we also get these mini gluten-free mini tacos from Trader Joe's. We had some gluten-free chicken nuggets as well. So we had a little mix of all three of those things. And it's kind of a cheap meal just because it's a lot of carbs, but it's low calorie. I had plenty of room in my day for it. I think it's only about 700 and something calories for the whole meal, which is pretty good, especially because I usually save about 800 calories for dinner, snacks, dessert, etc. Because I tend to eat more at night once I get home. I would much rather watch what I eat during the day and then be able to have a little more flexibility when I get home, because we don't always know what we'll have for dinner, because there are some nights like tonight where I'm just really tired and don't want to cook the meal that I planned. So I had that dinner, and then I had a 100 calorie bag of popcorn, and I then had a Light and Fit Greek yogurt. Tonight I had toasted coconut vanilla. It was really good. And now I am good. I am totally full, happy as a clam, ready to go to bed, clearly by the fact that I am reclining in this chair and getting lower by the moment. It's only about 8:30, but it's been one of those weeks. So I can't open. The dog's been really bad today too. Okay, I'm gonna try to finish as fast as I can. Okay. So Gus is quiet for 5 minutes. I don't know why, but I'm gonna take it. Having an old dog is very difficult. They're just unhappy and sad and miserable and sore and in pain all of the time. But he's still a little baby boy. He's been in my life since I was, like I said, like 12. So he's been around for pretty much as long as I can remember. So it's our turn to take care of him, because he took care of us for a lot of years. And so I mentioned, I think, unless Gus was barking over the footage and I have to take it out, that we ended up having cauliflower pizza from Trader Joe's and nuggets, chicken nuggets, and some little taco things. Kind of like a snack dinner, because the tacos are only 190 calories for 4 and something like that. So we are going to, that was not a sentence I meant to start. So turns out my carbs are about 200 today, as they usually are whenever we have the pizza, because there's, I think, 36 carbs in the pizza. Whatever, so I'm a little over on carbs, under on fat, but it works out. Especially because tomorrow I'll focus on doing things a little differently. I am very tired, as you can probably tell. So I'm about to drop the phone on my face. Hopefully I don't. So that's today, a full day of eating. I actually remembered to do dinner. Usually I go to the gym and then forget to include my dinner, and then most of the footage from the day doesn't make sense, but I included it. So we'll probably do breakfast for dinner tomorrow. Right now I'm going to take some NyQuil because I can feel a sneeze coming on, and I've been sick all day. Not sick, but a little off. So I'm gonna go to bed. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go to bed. So I will see ya next time.